Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. Welcome to my live. And if you happen to be watching later, welcome to the replay. My name is Robin, and I'm with Robin's Egg Blue Creations, and I'm also an independent designer with Couture. I hope you've all had a great week so far. Once you jump into the comments, say hi. Tell me where you're watching from. Let me know how your week's going. Let me know what the weather's like there. I want to let you know that I am live in 3 locations this evening. I'm live on my Facebook business page. I'm live on my YouTube channel, and I'm also live in my private crafty group, the Robin's Egg Blue Creations Crafty Collab. And if you happen to be watching and you see or hear me refer to a comment that you don't see in your feed, it might be because that person is watching from a different platform. So I just wanted to let you know that I am live in 3 different places. So there will be commenters and viewers from 3 different platforms. Also, if you're watching from my private Facebook group, if you wouldn't mind giving StreamYard permission to access your profile name and your profile pic, that way you show up under your name in my comments. If you don't, then you show up as Facebook user and I don't know who to say hi to. So let's see if anyone has hopped on yet. I see that Chris is here. Welcome. There's a few more people on, but they have not jumped in on the comments yet. So again, once you jump in, say hi in the comments. I see that Jason is watching, and he happens to be from the other side of the door. So he is watching as well. If you wouldn't mind also sharing this out, spread the crafty love all over Facebook, hit that heart button, hit that thumbs up. That would be great. Tag your crafty friends. Also, if you wouldn't mind subscribing to my YouTube channel, that way if you're ever not able to watch on Facebook because it's down for the day, like it has been here occasionally, then you can go and watch me live on YouTube. So that would be great. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to switch camera angles. Whoops, maybe. There we go. There we go. Okay, so I'm kind of in a macrame / yarn phase right now. I'm also in a Creative Kickstart phase. So this is the second Creative Kickstart transfer. It is also an 8.5 by 11. It's the Every Day is a Fresh Start transfer. It is $14.99. It is a customer-facing special only. But that, as a customer, that just means you're welcome to go to chopcouture.com / Robin's Egg Blue Creations. And let me see if I can pull that up. Right. Well, I don't think I have it. Do I have that listed? Yep, right here. So you can just go to chopcouture.com / Robin's Egg Blue Creations, and under the specials tab are the Creative Kickstart. There are 2 transfers. There is also an add-on kit that includes some rainbow wood cutouts that goes with the Feels Like Sunshine transfer, and it also includes these cute little felt florals and felt leaf embellishments. Let me hide that one. So you can buy these retail. You can also earn them for free, and I will talk about that later on in the video. So we will be doing these. I'm going to be using this surface. It is just, I believe it's like a 10 by 10 size surface. 9.5 by, this part is 9.5 by 8.5. It's like a 10 by 9.5 total, but the creating surface is 9.5 by 8.5. And if you are local to Salina, Kansas, then Jennifer at CJ's Creative Marketplace cuts these on her laser machine. And you'll notice this is called a rail down here. And so you can add greenery, but it's typically used for like fabric scraps or yarn to do like a macrame type, faux macrame wood hanging. So that's what we're going to be using it for tonight. But again, if you're local to Salina, Jennifer at CJ's can cut these. And then I'm going to be adding a couple, 1 or 2 shades of yarn. So that's going to be at the end of the video. So if you've never heard of Chalk Couture before, they specialize in silkscreen reusable transfers. These are a sticky back transfer, so they adhere to whatever surface you're using it on. And wherever you see the white or the clear spaces, that is a silkscreen mesh. So if you look at these little details in the flower, if you look at the insides of the E or the A, if you've ever cut a vinyl decal, you typically lose those pieces when you're weeding it. But with the silkscreen mesh, it keeps all those little pieces completely intact. These are also reusable about 8 to 12 times, depending on how well you take care of them. And because they're reusable, and I'm going to want to put it back on this backer sheet, if you just label the back somehow, you can write back, you can write the name on it. Some designers even would like clip this corner so that you could match the 2 corners up. Whatever floats your boat, whatever helps you to remember that this is the back side and that this transfer goes on this excuse me, backer sheet. You'll also notice that this transfer has white lines. These are cut or score lines. So you are welcome to completely cut your transfer into 5 different pieces as suggested. Excuse me. Or I like to keep my backer sheet intact. So I'm just going to pick up a piece of the transfer. I'm going to put my transfer trimmers or just a pair of scissors in there, and I'm just going to score down that cut line. I'm also going to do the same thing to these floral accents. Just like that. So it is all cut apart. Put those away. So let's bring our surface back in. I have pre-painted this. Can't decide what. Excuse me, I got a tickle. I pre-painted this, and I just used some of this artist acrylic paint. It's a little thicker than your regular crafter's acrylic paint. Whatever floats your boat. Chalk paint, acrylic paint. You could stain this surface. Also, you could decoupage it with scrapbook paper or napkins. Because it is treated with paint, I do want to use some sort of wax. You could use either the Chalk Couture surface wax, or you could even use another sort of finishing wax. Either one is fine. Either one works great. You just want to do that because 1, the wax will get into some of the wood ridges and even out your surface, and 2, it will keep the transfer from sticking to your surface so hard that it pulls or distorts or stretches when you pull it back up, and you don't want to run your transfer. And it also keeps the transfer from pulling up any wood fibers or splinters. So it has a multitude of purposes. So I'm just grabbing some wax and just trying to get it really buffed in. Hey, Purple Paisley Planner, how are you doing? We are in a group together. I don't know your first name, though. I'll have to start a book like Mel has. But Purple Paisley Planner and I are in a group. Well, I don't know if you're in the Facebook group, but it's DIY Marketing with Mel. And Melanie Diane Howe is an excellent marketing guru slash StreamYard expert. And so Melanie has weekly YouTube and Facebook group live streams. And so I've learned a lot about Purple Paisley Planner is Annette. Well, welcome, Annette. I believe this is your first time watching. If you have any tips or pointers during the show, feel free to point those out. I need all the help I can get. But if you have a small business, which I know some of my replay viewers do, go check out DIY Marketing with Mel on Facebook and or YouTube. She has some excellent weekly live streams. She also has a fantastic podcast. I have learned a ton from her, and I've learned a ton from her community, which Annette is part of her community. Okay, so I've buffed my wax. Now I'm just going to heat it up a little bit so that it melts and gets a little bit more softer, so I can give it one final buff. I'm just going to take my old rag and I'm just going to really buff that wax in. Purple Paisley Planner says she smashed the like button. In fact, you're my first live YouTube viewer, so congratulations to you. Okay, I think I got that good and buffed in. You can kind of see there's a little bit of a sheen to it where that wax is. So now I'm going to bring in my transfer. And again, these are reusable sticky back transfers. And because it is sticky and because I haven't used it yet, I'm going to lay it down on my towel. And I'm just going to put a layer of lint down. That again, just like the wax, creates a barrier between the adhesive and my surface so that my transfer does not stretch or distort when I'm pulling it off. So then I'm just going to put it on my surface, kind of get it somewhat even, and I eyeball most everything. Look at this one flower is going to hang off a bit. So I'm going to move it up just a touch. So Purple Paisley Planner, are you indeed a planner girl? I've been curious. So now I'm just kind of burnishing where all that silkscreen material is, because I want to make sure that I don't have any air bubbles in that silkscreen mesh area. Okay. So if you're, well, thank you. Purple Paisley Planner says, love your channel. So if you're a planner girl, what's your favorite style of planner? Because I happen to be a planner girl myself. I'm currently in the Traveler's Notebook system, but I've used the Happy Planner, I've used an A5 bullet journal, I've used all sorts of planners. So tonight I'm going to be using peony, pesto, and I think I'm going to mix white and sand together because my flowers are a bit of a cream color and white is too white and this sand is a bit too creamy, so cream colored. So I'm going to mix the two together, but you know me and mixing colors, it'll probably turn out like poop brown. So you've used an A5 and you've used a Happy Planner. I also have a few disc bound Levengers and some Staples Arc. I think I've tried most of them. I am a paper planner girl as well. Okay, so I'm going to take my sand, which I believe this is an old color, but I just want to I want to darken up this white just a little bit. And then I'm just going to add a little bit of sand. It might be too much. I'm terrible with color mixing. I need to get my Hobby Lobby husband in here to help me when I need to color mix. Okay, so let's try this. Let's see what kind of color we get. Not bad. I think I need a little tiny bit more sand. I'm just going to grab a little bit more. So I'm just using a color tray and a stir stick for each color. I might have gone too far, but this will still work. Don't be afraid to color mix. And if you happen to start collecting the chalk paste colors, don't feel like you need to collect to get all of the colors, because you can certainly get away with primary colors and white and black and mix most of the colors that you want. Okay, so I think I'm going to do the words in this new color that we created. I'm close. It's not quite what I wanted, but if I go too much farther, I'll ruin it. So this is just a liquid form of chalk, and you just apply it with the rubber squeegee. So you just dip it in. The chalk goes on in liquid form, and it dries hard to the touch, and it is water soluble, which means that on some surfaces you can actually wash it off and redesign on that surface. However, wood is not one of those surfaces. Because it's porous, it's going to absorb a lot of the color pigments, and it's kind of a one and done surface. So I'm just dragging my squeegee down the silkscreen material, and now I'm just going to squeegee off all of my excess. If I hadn't mixed this color, I could put it right back in to the jar. Thanks for hopping on, Annette. I really appreciate it. And I will see you on the next live stream with Mel. Thank you. Yay, I had my first YouTube viewer. Woot woot. If I had a confetti GIF, I'd use it. Okay, so now I'm just going to separate the silkscreen material from the chalk paste, because I don't want that chalk paste to dry in the silkscreen material, but I did miss a spot, so I'm just kind of pulling it up carefully, making sure I've gotten most of the areas, and I'm just going to lay that transfer back down. But I have gotten most of the silkscreen away from the transfer. See you later, Annette. Okay, so now we can move on to the flowers. And even though I think I'll just do the smaller details, because we'll be adding felt flowers down here. So I think, yeah. So we'll just do these smaller flowers, and I'll not chalk this big flower. So I'm just going to burnish these back down. Okay, so we're going to get out our pesto. And we're going to get out our peony. I think is that what I want? I had a hard time deciding what colors I wanted to use. I definitely want pesto because it matches the leaves perfectly. I'm not very sold on the peony though. I think it's a bit bright for what I want. So let me turn around and see what other colors I have. I've never used, see, I've never even used this. I have this berry color. That, even though it's close to purple, is a really pretty shade. I think we might go with that. I'll let you guys, those of you that are on, if you want to, you can vote. Ooh, that was close. It's going everywhere but where I want it to go. Do you like Jason's? I think he's saying he likes the berry. Berry or peony? We'll put, here's berry with pesto or peony with pesto. I think peony is too bright. I've never used the berry color, so I'm kind of excited to see what it looks like. Okay. I hate having my fingers dirty. Okay, so I think we'll go with berry and pesto. So let's find a couple smaller squeegees. Hey, Amanda. How's it going? Okay, so I've got my berry color. And again, remember, if I can remember, I'm not going to do the big flowers. So let's just do this little one. And we'll do this flower and this flower and this little dot. And this is the newer formula of chalk paste, so it shouldn't dry as quickly as some of the older ones. So I do have a little bit more work time. And then let's grab this one for the pesto. Hey, if Oliver and Thea are with you, hey, Oliver and Thea, how are you guys doing? So now I'm just going to use the pesto, which I haven't used this color very often either. I'm branching out using colors I don't normally use. So if you just hopped on, we are using the second Creative Kickstart transfer. This is called Fresh Start. So it says every day is a fresh start. And this one is another transfer. Plus, if you've watched before, I've said that there's 2 transfers plus an add-on kit. And the add-on kit includes the rainbow cutouts for the other transfer and these felt flowers. Amanda says, nope, they're in bed already this evening. Bummer. I will have to say hi to them another night. Okay, let's put I guess before I put my lids on, let's make sure that this worked. Okay, that looks pretty together, especially on that dark brown. Okay, so I'm going to put my squeegees away. I'm going to throw that out carefully so I don't end up wearing all of that. So this is that new berry color. It just came out in this last catalog. And I've honestly had never used it before. And then used another new color to me, which is pesto, but it's been around for a year or two, but I don't normally use that color. And then for the words, I mixed a little bit of sand with white to kind of create this cream color. I think you can see it next to the white. It has a little bit more yellow in it. So it's a lot, it matches these cream flowers a little bit better. The white was a bit too stark. So this is what we came up with. I'm going to dry it off. Okay, then I'm going to bring in my hot glue gun. Oops. Okay, so I've got my hot glue gun here. So then we have in the add-on kit, you get 4 felt flowers, and you get 4 felt leaves and 2 felt flowers. You also get these little sticky adhesive things, but we're just gonna skip that and use the hot glue. So you're always welcome to order the felt flowers, but I have to put a plug in, and you can custom order felt flowers from your handy dandy local Couture designer who also happens to make handmade felt flowers. So I got to put a little plug into myself. So we're going to take our 2 flowers, and I think I'm going to put those down off to this side. So I'm going to glue these 2 together. I have to tout my own horn. I was adding felt flowers to Couture projects long before this add-on kit came out. Amanda says cute. Let's see if I can. So we'll put that one there. And then I'll have to figure that one out because I think that'll go there. Just have to be mindful of my twine hole that's right there. Okay, so I think we will do it like that, except for, I think that'll work. Okay, so I'm going to glue these leaves down. And then there, I think that'll work right there. Then I'm just going to add a little bit of glue to the back. And then you can just kind of fluff up the little stamen pieces because they get a little smashed. Okay, so now I'm going to add glue behind here. Amanda says, I was saying that heart you showed. Oh, this one? Thanks. I need to take it to CJ's. I forgot I had it. I do need to redo the bow. That was a sad little bow. That was before I really knew what I was doing with bows. It needs some help. So I'm just trying to position these petals kind of in between the gaps of what I've already chalked, just so that I'm not covering up a lot of stuff. But I also have to keep in mind this twine, this hole for my twine right here. Oh, I think we'll do it that way. I already forgot how I wanted to. Just stick it right there. Okay, so then you just want to fluff everything up. I'm going to put my lids back on. Okie doke, we're done with that. So there's what we have so far. So then I just want to add some stuff to the railing down here. And I think I had pulled out the same ribbon that we'd used the other night. Again, I think it's too white. So I think I want to use this. This is a little too, just looking at my yarn stash over here. This is a bit creamier than I want, but I think it's going to look better than the white. What do y'all think? Do you have any opinions? White or this cream color? I kind of have a green yarn, but I still don't think it's the right. And I'm not even sure, does it really need to match? I don't know. I'm not good with this kind of stuff. Just kind of looking through my yarn stash. I also have this one that's maybe I don't know. That one's kind of cute, but it might be a bit much. Bonita says not the white. Bonita's sneaking in the comments. Yeah, I don't think the white. Let me grab one more. Might be an option. I don't think this green's going to work either. I do have this green. It's a bit darker than the... Yeah, I don't think that one's going to work either. Jason said that last yarn looks like a dead bird. This one, it's a little fuzzy. I'm thinking this one. It's at least closer to the... So there's this cream. Why does it look like a dead bird? Or that one? I don't know. There's something in it. Or a mangy Ewok. You're not very nice. Okay, I think we'll go with this one because Jason's not being nice. As you can probably hear him laughing. Amanda says that's all I can see now. Looks like I have pieces here. So that'll work. I'll just use up some of these little pieces. Looks like I'd use this for another project. We'll just use some of these little pieces, not that little piece. Okay, so we're just going to do it very similar to how we did the yarn the other night. So I just have this one doubled over. So I have a little loop here. And I think I can't read your emoticon or your emojis. Is that a dead bird? So I think I'm actually going to put, let's put two together. I'm only used to doing fabric strips with this, so to kind of bulk it up, we'll do a couple yarn. Yeah, I think that works good. So I, just like I did the other day, hopefully I have enough yarn. So we'll just use this one as my sample, and I need some scissors. Okay, so that one will be my length determiner. So I'm going to double this one up. So I've got my 2 loops here. So I'm going to put it through to the back side, pulling up my loops, and I'm just going to pull my tails through. And then we'll cut everything out. We'll cut everything to equal lengths later. Jason's getting chastised by Bonita. That's never a good thing. I know I'm probably doing this the hard way, but okay, so I have my length. I'm going to double it up. So I have 4 strands. I'm going to find my, excuse me, my 2 loops. I'm going to take it through the back, pull my tails through, and pull it tight. And Amanda said, sorry if I missed, but is there a reason you're leaving it so long? Leaving this long? I don't know. Because just as a wall hanging, these are super long. I don't know. I didn't specify. And also for those of you that hopped on later, I was saying that this surface with the rail, if you're local to Salina, oh, Benita, I was just getting ready to answer your question. Jennifer at CJ's cuts these and cut some of these for me, and I'm sure if you talk to her about it, she would make some for you as well. And they weren't very expensive. And they're I don't have an extra one laying around. But they're just an unfinished laser cut board. And they're fun because they have the rails in them. So I was saying you could tack some greenery onto here, or you can use fabric strips, or in this case, yarn. I know I'm totally doing this the hard way, but it works for me. So Amanda's question, if leaving them so long, I'm doubling them over so that there's a little bit more bulk to the yarn, so it covers more space on the rail, because I'm used to using these boards with fabric scraps, so it doesn't take as many, and it looks a little beefier when you use fabric strips versus yarn. Okay, so again, I have my 2 strands, my 4 strands, pull my loops through to the back, and then I'm going to tuck my tails in, and I'm going to pull it tight. Jason says, I like that yarn choice. Didn't think it would. Yeah, it's a little creamier, but with what I had on hand, it works. Not that one. I think I need to make these as long. Okay, so I have my 2 strands that I'm now going to make into 4. So I have my 2 loops here. Put your loops through to the back, pull them under the board, put your tails through, and you pull it. It's also a good way to, if you have a yarn stash that you haven't used for a while. It's definitely a great way to bust through your yarn stash. I hope I have enough. If I don't, then I could maybe supplement with the mangy rat yarn and put a few like interspersed between some of these other ones. Because some of this yarn is so old, I doubt that Hobby Lobby even carries some of it anymore. And I don't have the label to even tell me what brand or color this is. I believe this is a Lion brand. Getting down at the bottom of the yarn ball, folks. Okay, we're getting there. I think a couple, 2 or 3 more strands ought to do it. Will I make it? Again, don't forget to spread that crafty love all over Facebook. Hit that heart button, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to my YouTube channel, tag your crafty friends. And then also mark your calendars for February 5th, because if you're local to Salina, we'll be having vendor bingo again. We had a great crowd the last time. We've gotten quite a few new vendors that have started coming. And I don't know if I'll have it all with me, but I have Bonita. I have a ton of product. I had a former designer / friend literally gift me transfers and inks. Well, I talked to you about it, but yeah, I have a ton of product. So I may have some of that with me at the next vendor bingo. Also, there is a vendor event at the 4-H building. I believe it's February 19th. And I will have product and some porch leaners and some new style signs with me that day. So you have to check that out. Bonita says, sweet. Oh, you have no idea. It's crazy the amount of stuff I have. Okay, I think I'm going to try to squeeze in one more, and then we'll work on the hanger, which won't take very long. I have just enough ribbon or yarn. I wonder. I'm trying to determine how stretchy this yarn is, because I could also use it for the hanger. Or I could use twine. I'm just afraid of introducing too many elements. So I've got the felt flowers, I've got the yarn, I wanted to add some beads to the hanger. I think that's pretty good. I could probably scrunch it. I'll have to think about it. I'm going to leave it for this way for now because there's only so many strands of yarn that you guys can watch me put on. Okay. I've got these beads. Of course, they're white, but kind of. So I can either do twine up here or I can do the same piece of ribbon for the hanger. Yeah, I could use, but I think it's shorter. It's only, well, I could, but it only end up being one strand. But I could. But I could also use it for the hanger. So do you think I should introduce yet another texture with twine? I'm just afraid that's a bit much, although it does kind of blend in. Or should I try to use a piece of yarn? Benita says, what about wire to hang it? You could put beads on it and do a little curly wire thing. Yeah. I don't know if I have any wire close by. I think it's out in the other part of my craft room. But I could do wire. I'm not the greatest at wire. I've done it. Well, I tried to do it once and I took it out. It is in, Amanda says, go with your heart. Your stuff is always awesome. Well, thank you. Jason, those two white carts that are under that desk, it's in the cart on the right, and I believe it's the second container. There's a container with pipe cleaners and zip ties and wire. So he's going to be my Vanna. So somebody popped on and said, hi, looks like you're almost done. I'm getting close. I just have to work on the hanger, but we used every day as a fresh start. Okay, thanks. So he brought in my handy dandy wire container. So of course this is just like twine. I have this piece. I have that piece. And I have this. I think everything else is going to be too thick. Oh, it's Kendria. Hey, Kendria, how are you? I gotta figure out what to do without falling on the floor. Okay. This is probably a bit too much like twine, but it is a piece of wire with some of that raffia paper around it. And then I have this. I'm just not very good with those curly ends. Kendria might be able to help me. She's probably done some beaded door hanger wire hangers. Plus these holes are really big. Okay. Ow, I just pinched myself. Don't do that. Works better with pliers than it would your hand. I can tell you that. Except for I gotta go bigger than that. Ow. Actually, let's start over. So I'm just using a pair of round tipped pliers. And I was doing, I don't know if this is going to work either. My problem is the holes are these hanger holes are so big. And then that's not bad, but we're getting there. So I'm using the diameter of both together. Okay, I think that worked. And so then I'm just going to kind of bend it with my thumb a little bit. And then let's put our beads on. I probably should have done the other one first, but did I? Yeah, I think this is going to work, Miss Bonita. Thanks for the idea, except I do want to now turn that like at 90 degrees, kind of there. And so then I'm going to put this through to the front and give it kind of a bend at 90 degrees. And actually, I should probably, before I do that, I'm trying to think if I have. So you can also put little bendies in the wire itself, like up here. So I just have the multi-tool because it's round and it's it's not going to give very much. And I'm just going to wrap my wire around it to give it a little bit of a turn. And I might have done too much, but that'll also keep my beads from going all over the hanger, maybe. I may have. I can't take credit for that idea, Bonita. That is a Miss Regina Martin from, and my bead might be a bit, or my wire might be a bit too small. Okay, so then I'm just going to take my pliers again. You probably can't see this at all. And just wrapping it around. This side is a lot harder. My needle nose pliers. This one's not going to work as well. The other one worked beautifully. Oh, we got to back up. Backing up. Backing up. Put it in reverse, Terry. Okay. I'm going to go a little farther down on my pliers. That might help. I was at the tip. I'm just working that wire around the round portion of my pliers. Okay, and then then I'm going to bend that at 90 degrees, just so it kind of catches. So easier said than done. Bend it away. I know, I'm sure some of you guys are yelling at me in the, do it this way, do it this way. My bendy didn't work very whippy, but yeah, the idea is there. Execution has failed miserably. Now you want to post that. You can't until after the live is over. It's kind of there. I wished I wouldn't have put that little bend in now, but maybe I can manipulate the wire to unbend. Just because my wire is so short. But I do like it. I just need to work with the wire a little bit. Okay. So that's what we have. So you can see I've just twisted the wire right there. Kind of hard to see, sorry. So we're done with that part. So yay. So now let me find my mouse because I've totally buried it. I was just going to show you. I was going to kind of hold it up. I do need to cut all these off because they're looped. So Amanda says, super cute. Good job. Thanks. So now I just need, oops, sorry. I just bumped the camera. I made them so long. So I'm just kind of combing them out. I don't care if they're even or not. Kendria says, so pretty. Thank you. I'm just going to whack them off. This will at least get me closer to where I want to be. Okay, let's pull it back this way and I'll see if I can. My beads don't want to stay where they're supposed to. So there it is. Every day is a fresh start. Super cute. I'm in love with all this yarn and the tassels and the pom-poms, and you could put a tassel and pom-pom on everything. That would be fantastic. Jason says that looks amazing. Kendria says so pretty. Amanda says super cute. I gotta figure out I gotta fix my wire so that it doesn't. I'll keep playing with it. I like the concept. But I definitely have to keep playing with it. So there you go. So there is our project for this evening. Remember, you can get, let's just do a little bit of housekeeping. Oop, gosh. Too big. Golly gosh. Okay, so here are, I can't see what I'm doing, the Creative Kickstart transfers. So I've used the Feels Like Sunshine, the rainbow one. I used it the other night. And then we have the Every Day is a Fresh Start, which is what we used this evening. I forgot it had other little floral accents. Oh, well. And then there's also the add-on kit, which includes the rainbow wood cutouts and the felt flowers. Those can be purchased retail by going to chalkcouture.com/Robin's Egg Blue Creations, but you can also earn them for free. So if you spend $60, you get the Feels Like Sunshine transfer for free. If you spend $75, you get the Feels Like Sunshine and the Fresh Start transfer for free. And if you spend $90, you get both transfers and the rainbow and floral add-on kit for free. And remember, you can bulk up your cart by purchasing some of the re-released Creative Kickstart designs. I will tell you that the Choose Happy and Live Your Dreams transfers, those are both sold out, but I believe the You Are Enough and some of the other ones are still available. And as a customer, those are at 20% off retail value, and club members get 50% off of those. So that is a great way to beef up your cart so that you can earn those Creative Kickstart transfers for free. And I will be using this transfer again on Saturday. It is this month's current Club Couture transfer. So as a Club Couture member or designer, you get this transfer. And as a Club Couture member, you receive this transfer and 3 paste singles. This month it's Peony, Raspberry Sorbet and Shimmer Silver, and that is a DIY club subscription kit that is mailed to your mailbox every month for $19.99 and free shipping. There is a 3-month minimum commitment, but you can purchase it or cancel at any time after the 3 months. And also, as a Club Couture member, you do get $4.95 flat rate shipping. So you can purchase all of those Creative Kickstart re-releases and get $4.95 flat rate shipping on any order that you put in. So I thank you all for watching this evening. I will be back again on Saturday at 11 a.m. Central Time. I'll be using the Club Couture transfer, and I'll be making a faux, well, I've already made a faux tobacco basket, but I'll be doing some felt flowers and some little, a little banner to go into that tobacco basket. So if you want to see what that's like, either tune in live or watch the replay of Saturday's broadcast. But thanks for watching. I hope you have a great evening, and I will see you on Saturday.